10. Welcome to the biology class lecture 3. We will continue the same chapter 20, that is organisms and the environment. Our today's topic is energy losses and trophic levels. As energy is passed along a food chain, some of it is lost to the environment. This happens in many ways. When an organism uses food for respiration, some of the energy is released and is lost as heat energy to the environment. When one organism eats another, it rarely eats all of it. For example, the grasshopper eats the whole of the grass, but still it will not eat the roots. Likewise, when an animal eats another organism as food, enzyme in its digestive system breaks down most of the large molecules to absorb them. But the body never absorb or digest all of the food molecules and excrete them out as undigested ones. So in this way, as we go further along the food chain, less energy is available. Just look at this picture. The most energy is present in the producer's plants. Then after some heat losses, it is transferred into the primary consumer, so the energy is reduced from 10,000 kilocalories to 1,000 kilocalories. Then if we move towards the secondary consumer, it reduced to 100 kilocalories and just 10 kilocalories is available to the tertiary consumer. This clearly shows that the tertiary consumers get the least energy while the primary gets the most. That's why we are told to eat plants, fruits and vegetables, especially the green vegetables, because they have the most energy as compared to the chicken, fish, mutton or beef, because these animals are the primary consumers. Now, what are trophic levels? Each step in the food chain or the food web is called as trophic level. That is, producers is the first trophic level, primary consumer is the second, and so on. And each level rely on the level below for energy, which is always transferred in the reduced form. Just about 10% of the energy is transferred from one level to the next, while the other 90% is used by the organism to carry out its life processes and lost to the environment. So according to this energy consumption and food chains, we make pyramids. There are two types of pyramids: pyramid of numbers and pyramid of biomass. Pyramid of number can be normal or inverted depending on how we are calculating. This picture shows that producers, that is plant, are more in number as well as in mass than the quaternary consumer. Owl means lower trophic level has greater number and mass of organisms. This is an example of inverted pyramid of number. It shows if we consider one tree a producer, then on that one tree there are thousands of insects as primary consumers. While a nest of bird, for example, few birds are there in that nest as the secondary consumer that eat those insects. So that's why we make the inverted pyramid like this. On the other hand, pyramid of biomass is a mass of living things at each stage in the food chain. So if we consider a big oak tree, it is heaviest, contains thousands or more of caterpillars as primary consumers, more in weight than the birds which are present as secondary consumer in that tree. And hardly one sparrowhawk might visit at a time as a tertiary consumer to eat the blue tits, the small birds. So their mass gives this shape of pyramid. Comparatively, the first one is the pyramid of number, which can be changed in shape according to the numbers, while the other one is of biomass, which is always like this, depending on the mass. So this is the end of